Red Herring is a book I wrote in the Joe Gunther series several books ago, in which 3 drops of blood are found at various scenes. They are not interconnected and they don't belong to the individual victims involved. They don't know what these things are. They're just drops of blood. Well, back in the old days, you basically put them on file, but you forgot about them. Now, you take those drops of blood and you go down to Brookhaven National Laboratory and you submit the drop of blood to analysis so finite, so cutting edge, so extreme in its nature, that in fact it's not admissible in court. There are 2 things that are admissible in court from a drop of blood right now: DNA, the identity, and gender. But in fact, the very processes that allowed us to determine gender to within a minimal margin of doubt, that process is being visited upon things like skin color, eye color, height, hair color, obesity, race, etc., etc., etc. It's just a matter of time before one by one, all these additional things are also admissible to court. And what does admissible to court mean? It just means that within a reasonable expectation of certitude. Gender and DNA matches that. The other stuff hasn't quite yet. But things like race or hair color, eye color, blue eye color, the numbers of sureness are climbing and climbing and climbing. They haven't gotten there yet, but eventually they too will join gender, and a few years from now, decades from now, from that same drop of blood, your local crime lab chemist is going to be able to extract all sorts of more stuff. That portrait of the donor is going to get more and more complex and more filled out. You can see, therefore, that if I've been talking about future science, if you can visit future science upon old evidence, well, sure as shooting, things might well change. That's why when you conduct an investigation, you always try to be as redundant as possible.